Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm just going to click this real quick. And there we are. Welcome back. Welcome back. It's Thursday, and it has been a very interesting week in my little corner of the world. Um, a lot of things kind of bubbling to the surface after that very emotional Sunday. And I realize as these things are happening to me that they're a really good reflection of what is happening to all of us. And I was talking to a couple of people about taking the time to uh, rest, think, and then shift, as opposed to frantically trying to shift on the fly. And I was talking to somebody who also learned to drive on a standard transmission car, and we were laughing about those first days when, as you get accustomed to clutch, brake, gas, shift, look, check, hold the steering wheel, and you proceed down the road kind of like a rabbit. Screech, thunk, stop, stall, start again. And it's mortifying. The single biggest fear that people have, according to many studies, is public humiliation. I do not suffer from that anymore, thanks to several career choices that I inadvertently made. And I am so long past public humiliation as a thing. I'm free to be. And what I think is really an important thing to talk about today is this incredible fixation we have on how people see us. Oh my God, what are they thinking? Oh my God, they must be thinking this. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. And the fact is, that most people aren't thinking about us at all. They're wondering why the diet didn't work and they didn't lose 7 pounds by Friday and these pants don't fit and I hate these shoes. And why did I say I'd go out with him or her or them? And we are also caught up in our little internal monologue that we forget that everybody has an internal monologue. Everybody. And everybody is proceeding down their path thinking their thoughts to themselves. And so the title today of the video, episode 161, is New and Improved is a lot like live. And then in my description below that is when I see new and improved or I see live, I immediately think of the alternative, you know, now appearing live. And I say to myself, as opposed to what would they be doing? Dragging what out and trying to hold it up and having a ventriloquist work it, or previous videos, or and I thought this is important. This is really important because I am promoting this opportunity for us to re-examine and rethink the way we do things, the way we claim our moment. And and I know how hard it is for people to put it into their head in a way that makes sense to them when I say it, because I'm talking from my perspective. I'm talking through my filters. So what I wanted to do today is explain a thing to you that is kind of funny. Um, and it is a proven thing, and often taught in acting classes, to remind people how clear we need to be. It is a fact that people do not see what we do the way we see it, and they do not hear what we say the way we say it. What we intend for them to take away has no bearing on what they actually grasp, on what they actually come to decide. And so many times You see branding. You see people saying, for instance, new and improved. When I'm in a store and there's the old version of it, the regular version that I have been buying for years and years, and right beside it is new and improved, I'm I'm saying to myself, I know that the person stocking the shelf, I know that the manager or the owner of the establishment does not want to um, have a lost leader in the original stuff that they bought and they're trying to sell. But they make a very big mistake in putting those two things side by side. Because if I have a choice, especially if the prices are very similar, if I have a choice between brand X, which has been my brand forever, and brand X new and improved, brand X 2.0, same price. And I pick them up and the bottles are similar and yet there are some differences. And I'm reading the details on the back. And it says now with lemon scent or something. Um, I'm now looking at the same product from the same company in competition with itself. Duh. And if I'm tired, if I'm overwhelmed, if I've had a very difficult day, I'm very likely to cancel them both out and walk away or pick another one because I can't, you know what? I've had too many decisions I've had to make. I'm just going to get that instead. I'll get the red one. And people do that a lot. And does the branding guy think of that? No. The branding guy is looking always for a way to gain a foothold against the competition. It never occurs to the branding guy that he's gaining a foothold against the wrong people. Where he needs to be gaining a foothold is with the buyer who already likes the existing product. Putting two together like that, saying new and improved, means automatically that the old isn't really that good and never was. I mean, that's what I take away. So does that mean that I was buying an inferior product all along? And so what it does, if I'm ever going to think to that extent about all this, what it sets up is a jangly, toxic kind of conversation that has nothing to do with the fact that I need soap. It has nothing to do with the fact that I'm looking for a different kind of soda. It has everything to do with confusing the message and confusing me and causing me to feel uncertain and overwhelmed. And I'm already those because the diet didn't work and I didn't lose the 7 pounds by Friday. Thanks. So what I think is so important about the pivotry conversation that I want to have today is this. And this is so exciting and so terrific. There are two things we do all the time, every waking minute. And we've always done them. And they don't improve, they just are. And what they create by being part of us is what makes us unique and quite magical, really. Here's what we do. When we see anyone, anything, any situation immediately in front of us, we automatically assess the threat. It's the back of the brain. It's a fear-based brain. It's pure emotion. And it's based on, am I going to get through this? That's all it is doing for us. It has two functions, that brain. One is, am I going to get through this? How am I going to get through this? And the other one is the other automatic series of things it does, which is to keep all the things in the machine running, the blinking and the digesting and the breathing and the blood pumping, all of that, it takes care of. So the question it's always asking is, am I going to get through this? What do I need to do? And it goes and gets that thing out of habit out of repetition. It has always done it for billions of years. We are the happy recipients of its basic, fundamental, repetitive skill. So the first thing that happens every single second of every single day is our brain looks at what's in front of us and says, what do I have to do? And in the next blink, it says, all I have to do is match it plus one. Whatever that is, that plus one. And then it goes and gets the version of us, the facet of us, the part of us that does that, that has always done that. And it presents it, boom. And we shift. We're not aware of it. It happens in a blink, faster than a blink. We do not know we do it until maybe we catch sight of us, or we're in the middle of venting or being charming or silly or having a serious conversation, and suddenly we somehow hear us, or we register the reaction in the person's eyes or the animal's eyes, and we see a shift in them. We see their posture shift. We see them smile. We see the tension or the energy rise or fall. We see the effect of what we are doing. And that's how we know that it's working. We are consciously reacting once we start assessing. But this subconscious brain isn't assessing. It is an immediate and instant, that got it. That got it. And we are not aware that we do this. However, in those conscious moments, when we are watching the reactions of other people, while the subconscious brain is saying, this is working, so now I can do this, while we're assessing and we're looking at it, and the conscious brain is now involved, that's when we hear us. That's when we catch a glimpse of us. That's when we look in the mirror and think, oh my God, how long have I looked that awful in that shirt? Note to self, burn shirt later after I take it off. We become aware after the fact. And because we're already moving into our next moment, we don't have time to say, I got to make a note of that. I've got to remember that. I've got to make sure I can figure out what to do with that. Unless we say, excuse me just a moment, I have to write something down. And we never do that. Who does that? So when I posted that episode 161 is new and improved is a lot like live. If somebody says performing live, I'm thinking, or, because it's such an odd thing to say. And the person who wrote it wasn't paying attention to the reaction that people were going to take away. They were focused on their moment. They were focused on competing with the competition, which is, I don't know, maybe a movie theater, and there's a new film in town. And so what this sign, this billboard says live, it means the difference between watching something recorded 3 years ago and edited and something that is in the moment and you're face to face, up close and personal. And that's a whole different kind of entertainment. So you can see why they would choose those words if you have time to think about it. But when you're looking at it, you think, performing live. Oh, okay. And I'm not triggered to go see it because I don't want to imagine the alternative and have it come to life in front of me. Thank you very much. Now, and the other thing about new and improved, again, while the person thinking of a catchy phrase says to themselves, okay, the competition hasn't come up with any upgrades, so we're going to beat them at their game. We're going to call this new and improved. And you know what? That sounds like a good idea. But two things. That first thing I talked about is, where are you going to put it on the shelf? And what kind of a jangly confusion of messaging is that if you have regular, original, and new and improved? What is that going to do to the buyer, who then has to make choices and didn't want to have to make any choices? It makes them walk away. It makes them say, you know what, I'll get it another time. That's the first thing. The other thing is, new is a change. Improved, says who? Says who? Where's the proof? Is a change. And what do we hate? Change. Change is only easy when we thought of it. So what if the original gets rebranded as classic? I see, Patrick. Good morning. And are you a Coca-Cola drinker? Do you know how much money cost Coca-Cola for their mistake? It was billions of dollars. Oh my God. It's a very good point, though. The thing is, classics. Yeah, I was thinking of, yeah. That was the most extraordinary thing. And I want to tell you the story because it's exactly on point. And thank you for bringing it up. So, the guy in charge of marketing, who immediately after that idea had a very long succession of very bad days. What they had done constantly in competition with the other guys, Pepsi and Coke, is they had all of their people, all of their idea guys and marketing guys constantly testing the competition to analyze how you could describe the difference. And what they then did when they recognized, they did a survey and they asked people what they thought the difference was between, in a selected survey of people who had answered surveys before, and you get a free this if you take the survey. And they had asked them what they liked about the competition. And the answer they got, they then spun into a different survey. And the question they asked of another target group was, would you like more this in your Coke? And a lot of people said yes. So on the strength of that, that was the rebrand. That was the new recipe. And when it came out, it was a thundering failure. Thundering failure. Oh my God, the mushroom cloud is still disappearing on the horizon financially for them. Because what they failed to take into account was that they hadn't asked, do you want your tried and true favorite beverage to change? And the answer was no. No. Would I like to try that? Sure. That doesn't mean I want mine to go away, mine, the one I'm loyal to. And it was horrifying. The numbers, the loss in revenues, the tanking in the commercials, the feedback from their affiliate sponsors and networks and markets. Oh my God. It was devastating. And they had to come desperately tap dancing to come up with the branding, the labeling that would enable them to go back to their original, to undo the mistake. And the stroke of genius was that instead of saying original, they said classic, because classic sounded classy. Classy and classic was legacy, was tradition, was something to be proud of. You could march to that. And they managed to pull it back from the brink of utter disaster. So the point is, you couldn't put, still the conversation is, so what do I do with, since we have pulled all the original brand, we have new, now where are we going to put classic beside it? So that people have a choice? Or are we going to confuse them? Because if everybody knows that the new one is more like that brand, then what? Maybe they'll go to that brand. And so rather than just making it simple for people to buy what they've always bought, they overcomplicated it. And in this concept of pivotry that I am teaching, that I am leaning into and talking about to get people curious, is I'm doing my very best to keep it as simple as possible. When I say we have so many tools in our toolkit, in our toolbox, in our meet the moment, rise and win, we have so many easy things that we have always done. We just don't know where they live. I'm not asking people to change. I'm not telling them they need to change. I'm telling them we are very, very gifted. And we can use our gift if I show you where it is. And I saw a phrase the other day, and it made me say, there you go. So people talk about multitasking. And I always say that the definition of multitasking, because it implies that you do things simultaneously, which is really not possible, is multitasking is the definition of doing many things badly. And because we can't split our focus. We don't have eyes like lizards that go like that, right? So we can't look at this 100% and look at that 100% at the same time. We have to shift back and forth. And in that distance, in that moment when we shift, we're not looking at either one. We're not engaged with either one. It's like when you're running. When you're running, there is a split second as you run when you are actually defying gravity. Both feet are off the ground. While both feet are off the ground, we have no grounding. We have nothing holding us steady but our momentum. Isn't that interesting? We are capable of only being in one place at the same time. Well, no, because when you're running nope. When you're running, you're either on the ground or off the ground or on the ground. Only in one place at the same time. So the idea is not that we multitask in order to access what we do and how we do it. It's not multitasking. What we are is multifaceted. We are that diamond, that beautiful rose-cut diamond with all those angles. And each time we turn ourselves, we rotate to find. It's like our brain is a vending machine, right? When you put in the request, I need to be brave. And the thing rotates, and when brave comes up, it drops out into our lap. That's the way it is. Multifaceted means we have all the options that we will ever need, that we have ever needed. We are not changing. We are responding to and rising above to meet our moment. So new and improved? No, we're not improved. We're not new. We're magical. Live? Absolutely live. All the time. Dynamic, exciting, powerful. And if we know those things about ourselves, and if I can prove it to you that we do this spontaneously, always have, always will, then you hold in your hands the opportunity to walk through the door and plant your flag. Say, I'm walking here. And I'm walking here this way to meet my day, to meet my moment. Are you new and improved? No. No. You are amazing. You are magical. Are you live? Absolutely. Even when you feel like lying face down or spread like a starfish on the beach, we are incredible. So what is coming up very soon, now that I have done the homework I needed to do and the important tasks I needed to do, I'm giving myself a couple of days to reorient and rethink and restructure and choose my path forward, to share these things, to have fun with these things. I guess today is the best day to announce it. I'm going to be doing a live show. I'm going to be doing a live show as a way to invite people to remember to experience what it is like spending time with me when I am in my natural element on stage. And my intention in doing this show is to make you glad you came, give you the opportunity to listen, to laugh, to enjoy with your friends, and experience Pivotry live in person, because I'm going to show you how it works. So the intention is funny. The intention is fun. The intention is a return to my natural habitat after a long time away. And these videos that I am doing twice a week are my warm-up routine. They're giving me an opportunity to talk to you when you watch, whenever you watch, and plant seeds of ideas and make you smile and make you think and trigger the thought in your head, I'd like to meet her in person. I'd like to see what she's like on a stage. I'd like to be able to throw out a question and see how she answers me with no warning. I'd like to see what that's like. I'd like to experience Pivotry firsthand, up close, in person. That's where I'm going with these videos. That's the beginning. So the show is going to be this year. I'm not sure when, but I can tell you that when I do Fanaticon in Ottawa on Sunday, August 13th, I will have more details to share. I might even have ticket giveaways. And the reason for all of this is to give you what was given to me. The conscious understanding that we are meant to thrive, that we are walking here, and we have the right to feel pretty amazing. We don't need to feel insecure. We don't need to feel afraid. We don't need to feel frustrated, unloved, unheard, unseen, unvalued. We do not need to do that. So together, I am going to show you how we make all of those feelings, all of those stories that we've told ourselves for such a long time, I'm going to show you how to make them go away. Pretty cool, don't you think? I'm beyond excited about it. And somebody posted a question a short while ago about Dorothy Parker. Is that happening? And I said, you never know. You never know. So I'm not going to give away any of the real details on the show. Not the title, not the content, not the style. I'm just saying this is going to open your eyes to pivotry and give you the opportunity to say, okay, let's do this. I'm in. That's my plan. And I hope it makes you say, I can't wait. I hope that's what you take away from this first announcement today. I hope you think about the way we brand, the assumptions we make, the stories we tell that are incomplete and cause the utmost damned astonishment instead of a whole bunch of people yelling yay, so that we can get you to a place where you're thriving, your owning of your moments is so easy. Glitches? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I might be the queen of glitches. That's okay. It's not the glitch that's the point. It's the bounce. It's the recovery. It's the I meant to do that. It's banishing the fear of public humiliation and giving you the full, oh, what a weight off my shoulders. That's the point of all this. So the weekend is upon us. Here in Canada, we are celebrating our birthday, July 1st, the founding of Canada. And there will be all sorts of events and yelling and screaming and laughing and dancing and rain, fireworks, confusion, traffic jams, everything. What else is a birthday celebration for? So that is happening in Canada on the 1st. And then for our lovely neighbors to the south of us, for the USA, your birthday, of course, is on the 4th. And a birthday of these magnitudes, you can't just do it in one day, which is why we get holidays. We get the weekend, we get an extra day. And the purpose in all of this, referencing this, is that a birthday celebration, for me, by my definition, is an opportunity to see how far we've come since the last one. You know, people often say to me, why do you celebrate your birthday at all and all month long? Because it is a milestone. I look back, I look at the things that have happened. I don't keep that, rigorous daily calendar and I have all these things, but I can remember, my gosh, last year at this time, I hadn't even started this. And look where we are. It gives me an opportunity to see my growth. One of the things that's so funny about that famous expression, you can't see the forest for the trees. Yeah, the point is not a forest or many trees. We are the tree. The metaphor is the reason we can't see how we're doing is we're in the way. We're in the middle of the picture. We have to get back a few steps to say, oh my God, look at that. I'm taller. And do we like some of the changes? Maybe not. Okay, and we can reverse them. We can do something different. It gives us a chance to reassess and reset, to rest and restart. That's the value of the birthday. That's why, for me. So an entire country of people celebrating for their own individual and then collective together reasons. There's going to be all kinds of different attitudes and mindsets coming together. And this whole theme today, in New and Improved is a lot like Live. What I meant for you to take away is not what you heard me say or saw me do. On birthday celebrations, everyone will bring their own separate, unique expectation. The point of the birthday is not to say, you're not allowed to feel that way, because sure they are, it's their birthday. A birthday celebration is not about us telling other people how they should celebrate. It's us saying, happy birthday. Yeah, however we do it. It is a time of magic, of coming together, as long as we're not driven by fear of all the things that could go wrong, because we're not aware of the gift, of the magic, of the power we have to make everything go the way we want it to go. We're not competing. We're collaborating. We're not we, they. We're us. Every day, not just on our birthday. So my birthday wish for you, until I see you on Tuesday next week, is enjoy the cake. Enjoy the candles. Enjoy the laughter and the remember whens and the looking forward to, of course. But mostly, be in the moment. Give yourself permission to just appreciate the fact that we're here. Remember, if you need to, the reason I celebrate every day is because when I was 18, I almost didn't make it out of an accident. Every day is a bonus day. And if I can give you a gift for your celebration of this our day, it's a gift day. And if you do it the right way, it's a gift that keeps giving. Our national birthday isn't new and improved. As Patrick said, it's classic. Just like us. So I want to thank you for taking the time to watch today. I want to thank you for sharing your laughter with me, even if it's vicariously. I want to thank you in advance for the comments that you make and for the questions you send. You can ask the questions, here in the comments, or you can message me. You know where I am. Patrick, you are more than welcome. And what I want to know is, are you interested? Do you think it's going to be exciting? Are you hoping that there's going to be a way to come and either see me in person when I do my show, or am I going to record it so you can see it some other way? And let's start that conversation. Everything about our ability to shift and bring forward our best self to meet the moment is a lesson I relearn every day. I can show you exactly how that's done. And I can't wait. Am I doing it selfishly? Absolutely. You know what I want in a room with me? A bunch of smiling people saying, yay, that's what I want. That's my idea of an everyday birthday. Okay, time to go. How long have I kept you today? Oh, shorter than the last time. Good. So, without further ado, the drill is this. Be good to you. You deserve it. And remember to hug your loved ones. They deserve it too. All right? Happy national birthday, whichever one it is. Be safe in the weather. Be safe when you're traveling. Be good to each other. We're all in the boat together. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.